Yeah.
Yo, man. So what do you do in your how much free time do you actually have on the what do you call it, military camp, or do you just call it university?
Sick
Westpoint.
camp.
I mean,
Or like academy? I don't know.
it's weird. It's like an illusion, bro. I wake up and like
Mm,
after class, I feel like I have time, but I
mm-hmm,
don't. It's like I'm
mm,
constantly just doing. So I'm for my company. I'm the PDNCO. That's the physical development non-commissioned officer. So I'm out here doing work, you know, to make sure that all the people in my company, if they're physically deficient, I'm doing
mm,
workouts with them, bro. Like I got to work around.
Damn.
Yeah. So we haven't had like a test yet. So like, we haven't figured out like who's deficient yet,
Yeah.
but
mm,
I've been doing work with that. Um,
mm,
and then there's just other administrative work.
mm.
Um, they give
Yo.
us like different positions,
Mm,
and you're just it's like you're just constantly working. It's like you have the illusion that like, all right, I have my free time, and then you're gonna
mm,
realize, oh, I gotta do this. Like you
Mm.
you check your email, oh, I forgot, I still gotta do
Right.
this. But once
Yeah.
I finish that, then I'm gonna get back to my personal stuff. And then you finish that, and it's like, whoa, wait, I have this homework assignment, and
Right.
it's like
Yeah.
constantly you're just being. It's not like surprised, but it's just like
yeah.
you turn a corner, and then there's always something there. Every corner you turn you
Yeah.
know.
Mm.
But my weekends,
During
bro, I make
days
sure
off.
that my weekends are my weekends. You know what I mean? Like, there's always work to do, but I always make sure.
Yeah.
I mean, that goes for everybody. You got to make sure that you have time for
Yes, sir.
yourself.
Yes, sir.
So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Are you and
Yeah.
on the weekends you're not allowed to can you leave? Can you
with this Corona stuff, no,
Oh
man.
no, of course, but
Like,
no like
the
a
thing
normal
is,
mm,
normally, like in the state that I'm in right now, I'll probably try to leave every weekend, to be honest.
Mm,
But with this Corona, well, we don't even get every weekend for starters. Uh, there's There's AC weekends, there's football weekends, there's academic weekends, and then there are B weekends, which are free weekends. AC weekends are military weekends. So those are weekends where we gotta like do some military stuff, like go do a ruck or like do a raid or do an ambush
Dude,
or
my
go
guy,
over like an
what the
operation.
you
hell's a
got
ruck, bro?
yeah,
yeah.
man. Go
A
go
ruck
into
is
details
like
Don't
about
forget
that, man.
a ruck
You
is
don't
just put in like a big bag on like a big what you call it?
A
rucksack.
rucksack?
A rucksack. Yeah.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
I don't want to
Yeah,
use the word
yeah.
rucksack because like I thought, oh, like
It's
a
a
ruck
big
is
bag. It's a big bag. All right.
put that
Yeah.
rucksack on your bag, you know, you got your weight
Ruckus.
on you, and then you go for like, I don't know, 7 miles or, you know, and then you just come back and then you do some more training.
You're a beast,
And then
man.
football weekends, it's mandatory that we need to watch every football game. Every home football game, we have to go to the
Um,
stadium and we have to watch it. And we have
Bro,
to
what
stand.
is that? Yo, what is that rule, bro?
yeah, why are you
It's like,
forced to
bro, I
watch
don't
that,
even
dude?
like football. Nah, bro. Let's go watch this game, bro.
They gonna
Trying
make
to
you
tell
like
you.
it, bro.
Yo, you can't
That's
get
what I'm
out
trying to
of football watching duty for like with some push-ups.
Yeah.
And the funny thing, you said push-ups. The freshmen, for every like, so this is how it works. You at the football game, right? If
Mm,
if we score a touchdown, and then you kick it inside the post, that's seven
Yeah.
points. All the freshmen, they're called plebes. They have to do 7 push-ups. And if we do another like touchdown, say it goes to like 14, right? The point you get another 7. They have to do 14 push-ups. Bro, there's
Mm.
some games where like you have to do it like you have to start from the beginning and
I
then do
bet.
14 push-ups. So if the
mm,
game goes to like 56 points, they have to start from zero again and do
Yes.
56. And we have to make sure that like they're doing those push-ups,
um,
bro. It's I'm
Damn.
not gonna lie, bro. It's some culture tradition stuff that's definitely fugazi out here. But
yeah, 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 yeah,
Ali,
yeah.
but
what about that thing about getting smoked or something? What was that about? That you told me
getting
about? Like,
smoked. Yeah,
yeah.
getting smoked, that's like a beast. That's like a basic training thing. Like during basic training, I used to mess up all the time, bro. Like I used to dude,
You
be the
smoked
last
the
one on the
bro.
wall, man. Dude, I used to be at the prep school, bro. I still remember my door being knocked. Pa 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 pa. Get out, bro. I was cold, ashy, bro. And everybody was on the wall, bro. And it was my first night in the pen. It was like first night. It was like first night in prison, bro. I didn't know what was going on, bro. I was just like, man. I used to get the dog smoked. I used to get smoked hard, man. Like As a matter of fact, we used to all get the way the military works is
that
if
mean
one
exactly?
person, if one
Ali,
person.
Wait, what is that? What
Ali, you gotta explain what it means, dude. Like I know,
Yeah,
but like
bro.
you gotta.
Oh
I feel like.
man,
What do you mean by wall as
smoke
well?
means
What do you mean
Yeah,
physical.
wall?
well.
Wait, what?
Yeah, what's this wall, bro? What is this like the
The
penitentiary
wall?
you in?
No, like the
Like what's
wall literally means the wall, man. It means like
okay,
get on the
okay.
wall, push your heels on the wall, like stand there at attention, and we getting ready to go somewhere. That's what
Okay,
it means.
okay.
Like get out of your room, bop bop bop, knocking at your door, 4:30 a.m. You know what I mean? And get out on the wall right now. Not even like 10 minutes. No, get on the wall now. And just think about how it feels, bro. Like just putting on a uniform you never even seen. You're like, what is this, bro? Like, I don't even know how to put on where the patch at. How do I put this boot on? And you on the wall, crust in your eye. You didn't even get to do your morning routine. You got crust in your eye, and they're like, go, 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 bro. Your heart is still like, you know what I mean? Like when you sleep in your heart is your heart beats very slowly. You're in like a resting state. And then you go from that to flight or die. It's
0
like
to
definitely
100.
bad for your body, bro. It's like
man.
the next thing you know, you're outside doing push-ups in the cold. That's what smoking is. Smoking is physical correction. So if you see so this last summer I was on the other side of it. I was the squad leader. So I'm the one doing the smoking, man. Like I'm the one making sure these kids is right. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna lie, I think I think every new generation that comes in, these people are more and more soft. So I didn't have a problem getting on their head, like at all. Like there were some people that were just doing the most stupid, slow. And if you think about it, bro, at the end of the day, all of these new cadets that come in, let me talk about last summer. All these new cadets that come in the next 4 years, they're going to go somewhere. You know what I mean? Where they're going to be in control of somebody's life. And if they're making the same stupid mistakes that they made in front of me, you know what I mean? As like when I'm their squad leader, they could cost lives in the future. So I'm going to obviously take that opportunity to put fear in them to never make them do something like that again.
Yo,
You know what I mean?
I know you saying that. You saying that, right? That you taking that opportunity, but I know
Yeah.
you take some joy in it too, my G.
Bro, sometimes, bro. But I'm gonna be honest. I'm like one of the nicer people, cause
Yeah,
like
yeah.
at the
I see
beginning,
that.
like
Because
I'm on my shit. But at the same time, like I connect. I tend to want to connect to people like at the human level. Some people who don't have social skills, man. Like there's some people that are at West Point. I'm telling you, they were at high school. They had no friends. They have no social intelligence whatsoever. They're awkward people. They stayed in their rooms. They did homework. That's all they did. You know what I mean? They had the grades, and then they come to West Point, and then they put them in a leadership position, and they don't know how to act, bro. There's some people who don't know how to act, and it's like they getting on people's ass, but at the same time, it's like
not
outside
the
of this,
right way.
it's like that rank you got on your chest. That's all you got. Like for me, like I don't care. Like I got my bars on my chest, but you know what I mean? I walk around, people greet me, whatever. The plebes greet me and whatever. But at the end of the day, I'm like, yo, what's up? You know what I mean? Like, hey, how you doing?
Right. Yeah.
Some of these people out here stretching it, man. They're stretching it. And those are the people that West Point got a bad stereotype. I'm gonna let y'all know that. West Point got a bad stereotype. The stereotype is that the officers that come out of West Point think they know everything. You know what I mean?
Right.
They think they know it all. They think, and there's different ways people could become officers. It's not just West Point. You could go through like a normal college. You could go to a normal college, or you could do a candidate officer, OCS, which is like where you go to college and then you come back later and you do like a 3-month course. But the West Point path has a stereotype that West Point people come out and they think that they're hot shit because they did 4 years of military. You know what I mean? And it's the most prestigious, whatever. And then, they get rings. Every West Point grad gets rings. They call them like ring knockers. Like, oh, they knock the table all the time. Let people know, oh, I'm a West Point grad. But I'm gonna let you know. I'm trying to tell you, bro. I'm gonna let you know though, like the prep school, some of my boys from the prep school has some of the realest people, man. Like some real people that came directly into West Point, but the people who did the prep school year with me, some of the realest people I know, bro. And we out here to break stereotypes.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Love to hear that, man.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I always said, right? Because when it comes to like military, even police, and these kind of things, right? Like of
Yeah.
course, change gotta come like from the top of things also. But
Hmm.
like, you know what I'm saying? But also we need people like you know what I'm saying, to be in
Yeah.
the military and to
Exactly.
Yeah.
be as you know, we know you,
Fixing the
bro, and
problem.
like what you were saying, like the background that you, and this ties into something else I also wanted to speak about a little bit more, is like the background that you had and how you grew up and how, you know, you're able to connect with people and, you know, have empathy for people and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Because you've seen it all, right? Like
Hmm.
you're saying, we lived in places that in military people go there and it's a deployment, bro.
Yeah.
Live our everyday, my guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying?
I bet
Like
your village, like my village in Senegal, like I
if
bet
they go there, it's
everybody's switching, bro.
deployment, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So
Yeah.
we've seen that,
Yeah.
and like having people like you then, you know, go into such and recognizing that there's these stereotypes and that there's these type of people, like having someone like you
Yeah.
who has this better understanding of like even just life, bro, and the world too, is like what you need also in the military to
Mm.
change, to have things slowly change, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think that's what I thought was really awesome, like
Hmm.
about you, like going to West Point and stuff.
Yeah, there
And
was a quote. I think it was Kamala Harris. She said, "We didn't just come this far to come this far." You know what I mean? Like you gotta do something with it. That's
Yeah.
yeah,
that's everybody. You know what I mean? That's what all of us. We didn't come this far just to come this far. Like
Yeah, man.
Mm.
we're here
exactly.
to do something. We're here to
That's what we
leave
were
something.
saying before. You know, everything, our whole upbringing, everything is for a reason. You know, it's not something that we can let go to waste. For real.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
On that, even like I was wondering like if you feel that there's some, you know, maybe specific things or like something that you feel, you know, that you learned like back in TZ or Angola or just through that kind of, you know,
Yeah,
that
man.
nomadic time period of your life that
Yeah.
you know, that you feel like is something so important now that you use like once you got the West Point kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like living in Tanzania and Angola and just like living abroad, it's not like I had moments where I was like, aha, I learned something new. Aha, I
Hmm.
learned something new. It was just I just lived through it and my I just
Yeah.
morphed into just I didn't
Yeah.
even realize it. But
This is how it is.
I became more open-minded, all the different perspectives, people from different creeds, different culture, different race, different background, just interacting with them every single day just slowly changes you
Yeah.
subconsciously. Like it's not
Yeah.
even like aha, I learned something new from you today. It's just like you just
Yeah.
living life and you just changing and you realize how much your mindset has changed when you go back, like you said, to home, or you go back to that original fabric and you see where people still are. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah.
But like communication. Like I realize I communicate well with
Yeah.
people. You know what I mean? From all walks, anybody. You know what I mean? If you might have beliefs that are backwards, completely different from mine, but I can still talk to you and make you feel like what you're saying makes sense. You know what I mean? And find the common
Fi-
ground. It's like
Exactly, dog.
I'm not confrontational at all. You know what I mean? Like I don't. That's one thing. Like a lot of people out here will confront like something you do. If you do something different, it's like, oh, that's a problem. You know what I mean? Like this,
Right.
this, this, this. But for us, it's just like we know how to kumbaya with everything. You know what I mean? Like we're like
Yeah.
wave benders. You know what I mean? Some people have that ability to just work
Right.
in
Right.
all environments, and then there's some people who just know one environment, and then they're just like they resist everything new that comes to them because they lived a
Yeah.
Mm.
certain way all their life. So
Yeah.
you know
How
what
do
I
you
mean?
feel? How do you feel like so that knowledge and the experience and as you said, you know what I mean? Like it's not necessarily a day-to-day learning lessons that you get
Yeah,
from it's like more of a okay, I've now naturally become more open-minded and understanding for other cultures and stuff.
yeah,
So how his do you feel super different to certain other officers that you work with sometimes? I mean, I'm not talking about like the officers who are you said the no social skills whatsoever, but I'm talking about like even your close friends, people that you respect as well, but who
Mm.
haven't had the same experience as us. Do you feel like there's a significant difference between you two?
I mean, I wouldn't say significant. You know what I mean? Because at
Mm-hmm.
the same time, there's some people who lived in like one place all their life, but still like some of the most, you know what I mean, like
Switched on.
well spoken, some of the
Yeah.
most, open minded people I know. You know what I mean? It's definitely I would say like the weird people are like minorities. You know what I mean? I feel like
Okay.
most people I know, you know what I mean? Like they have they're very open minded. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And diverse in the way that they think.
Wait, so
And I
just
think
clarify
everybody's
that, man.
different too.
My G, it sounded like you said the minorities are weird people, man. You said like
No.
the
I
weird
mean like
people are
the
the
Yeah.
mind,
Jews.
like less people are awkward.
Yeah.
Less
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I
yeah.
have more faith in.
So you hating on your people, dog? Come on
I
now.
heard that as well.
Hey,
Yo,
my
you know
bad, my bad, my
some
bad,
angry
my bad.
people about to just cut that clip of you.
I know.
Exactly.
I was literally thinking that. I was like, watch how it blows up in the comments, bro. Some Mexican kid is gonna be very mad. Like,
Nah, I
No,
hate
I
my
mean the
people.
minority is in like less people are awkward, and there's
Yeah.
more people that like. I believe that if you talk to them for long enough, you realize like, all right, you know what I mean? Like,
But that's it. That's it at the end of the day, right? Is like I think something that we all notice as well from like going to these schools and that once again, I can't even stress enough how blessed that was for us. You know what I mean? There's very much like this sense of like us and them in a lot of people. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Whereas I think for us to a large extent, I don't feel that that barrier so much between me and other people, right? And I think we all have that because of,
yeah,
being to a lot of places and also being like forced into a classroom where it's like, I don't know, a quarter of the people are like from India. Then you got people like from the UK, people from the States,
yeah,
Tanzanian people,
yeah,
everything kind of.
yeah,
So and then being forced into that environment, you're also forced to cope with how other people learn and how other people communicate and just being able to kind of morph yourself
hmm
to,
Yeah.
communicate with this type of person, communicate with this type of person, and kind
hmm
of be able to do that without even thinking about it,
without
right?
thinking about it.
And
Yeah,
like the same goes even for like languages for some of us, Like I switch between Dutch, French, and English without thinking, without even blinking, in
flex.
the middle of conversations at the
yeah,
dinner table. Whereas some other people, they might speak different languages, but they don't have that switch because they
hmm
not been in a lot of places where,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? They
hmm
can't switch easily between English, French. They gotta take a second or
yeah,
but they don't have that quick switch just because they're not in this environment where they morph to you know,
hmm
Yeah.
cater to the communication
hmm
of like different people and stuff.
hmm
I think what you said, like, being forced into, like, for example, a classroom with different people, I think what it essentially comes down to is just, a lot of people, like, just generally, I feel like, I don't know if the majority of people, a lot of people have this way of thinking where it's like about focusing on the differences and how like different we are. Whereas like when you're put into a classroom with such different people and you're like, made to like collaborate with them, you start like embracing each other's differences. And I feel like in that way you build a certain empathy, because it's like I'm not going to, judge you for being different, and I actually see value in that. So then when you meet in people, at West Point or whatever, that even though they're very different at first sight, that's not going to make you distant from them. It's going to make you like curious and like, okay, what can I learn from how this
yeah,
person does things, and how can
hmm
that change me, even instead of just
hmm
being like, that person is really different, I'm going to keep my
hmm
distance because I
exactly.
don't agree with whatever they're about. So it's
Yep.
about really embracing that and being able to empathize, and then through that you adapt, I feel. And I think
Yeah.
that's just something that is just a part of us now. And like, you become like a sponge, you're just constantly
Yeah.
absorbing things as
Yep.
opposed to like trying to just be on your own and
Yep.
like, or your own, type of, or like people from where you're from
Mhm.
only or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like you said,
for
you got to
sure.
be curious. I think that was like the key word. Like you got to be curious. Like you got to have you got to have the willingness to learn. A lot of people don't have the willingness to learn because they feel like they got it all. You got to always be willing to learn.
And
And
learn from different
people
places and
appreciate you
different
more when
people.
you're willing to learn. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Just
Flex.
on just I have a question, like another, just one question for Ali. Like, is there
Mhm.
through that experience, like, being at West Point, and like is there like one moment or one thing that was like really, really like difficult that you had to overcome that maybe changed you completely, or like a realization that you've had that completely changed you in any way? Maybe it doesn't have to be, but I'm just curious. Being in that different environment, and like,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like the change definitely hit me kind of quicker. Coming to going from an environment where we were just kind of free in our movement, free in our way of thought. On the beach, just chilling.
mhm,
You know what I mean? Listening to music to like, boom. This is the military. This is what you need to do.
Mhm.
This is what you need to wear. this, and that. This is how you need to perform physically. This is, we're going on a 12-mile run. This is it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It kind of took me by surprise. You know what I mean? Like at first, it definitely was a shock factor. I'm telling you for a fact. When I first got my hair bald and I looked myself in the mirror, bro, shock, man. I was like, whoa, like this is real, like this is really different. But then again, man, like besides that, like I came in 155 pounds, bro. Like I came in skinny, 6'2", 155 pounds, dude. I remember I was standing in line. Even my dad said, "Look, we're in line, getting ready to enter West Point." And my dad was like, "Hey, you gotta work out, man." And, but naturally, I got in there, man, and my diet immediately changed. I was working out every single day. I didn't even realize it. Like I told you, like the hamster on the wheel. You know what I mean? Like the hamster wheel just got so fast. I was working out every day. My life switched. Like I didn't really have time to adjust. The way the military works is it's like you don't adjust. It's just this is it. Like
you're thrown in the
whether
deep
you
end.
like it or not. You know what I mean? You can adjust mentally, but as far as the physical expectations, as far as what you're expected to do, there's no adjustment. Like we're gonna give you a week to figure out, how you're gonna, do your push-ups, or a week to figure out, how you're gonna have to be more aggressive in your action. It's like no, they throw you in the crucible. Like, you gotta live up to whatever they expect. But mentally, yes, I've definitely adjusted. There's some, I've definitely adjusted mentally, and it helps, man. You know what I mean? Like sometimes having a regiment mindset, sometimes it hurts you, but sometimes it really helps. You know what I mean?
It's that discipline, right?
Yeah, and keeping yourself right physically.
That you learn that you can then apply also to like other areas of your life,
Exactly.
Exactly.
But the military doesn't do it to some people. There's some people who are just not disciplined, and they won't ever be disciplined. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're like slack offs. You feel me? Like at the end of the day, if who you are as a person, like you're already disciplined, you know what I mean? Like you don't need the military could help, but there's some people who are naturally already goal orientated, already naturally disciplined, already have these traits, and you don't need the military to do it.
Yeah.
That's why they send bad kids to military schools, because like they need it. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm a bad kid or anything, but the point is like there's some people who already have it. You know what I mean? And it definitely helps them in life. And I would say that like, I had it, but not the same way. You know what I mean? Like I kind of lacked off. Like I was, sleeping in sometimes. I definitely didn't work out the way I work out now. You know what I mean? Like I was definitely more relaxed. And coming here has definitely changed me. You know what I mean? Like waking up early, being more of a morning person. Those types of things.
Yeah,
I've seen when I got here. But yeah.
That's what's up, man.
Sounds like very positive changes.
Yeah.
At the same day, bro, I'm the same person though. You know what I mean? Like I'm the same person. You know what I mean?
Nomadly.
Yeah, we can tell, bro. We can tell.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, for real though.
Bro.